I now wish to call upon Professor Uriel Reichman, who will be speaking in the memory of 3 fallen IDC alums, top officers who fell in action during Operation Protective Edge in Gaza. Professor Reichman.
IDC was established not merely to build yet another university. We took this mission upon ourselves to build a new university without any governmental help, without money, without even a space, with the understanding the time has come to have a private university devoted for the public good. And we built the university in order to create an interdisciplinary, world-class institution that will serve our society. We believe that the university comes from the people and serves the people. And our ideology was from the very beginning is our mission was to educate the future leadership of our nation, and the way to educate them was summed up in 2 words: freedom and responsibility. We believe in individuals, in the individual spirit, in the right of every person to pursue his own aspirations, to go into the world and not wait for government to solve his or her problems, not to succumb to any status quo if they don't believe in, not be afraid of failure, but move forward. But at the same time, they are educated, and we expect them to help those who cannot help themselves and to work for the future of Israel. And it so happened that people that share our views came to study at IDC. And their commitment for the nation was made clear over the years, over the 20 years, over the years of their graduation. It is therefore no surprise. And since many of our students are people who come from elite military units, that among the officers that died in action were 3 of the highest ranking officers are graduates of IDC. Let me remind them, and they will be with us forever. Major Reserve Amos, by the way, is any of the families here? Major Reserve Amos Greenberg was 45 years old, graduate of IDC's Herzliya School of Law, who was served for 14 years as a team leader at the Investigation, Intelligence, and Market Surveillance Department of the Israeli Securities and Agency. In his military capacity, Amos was an operation officer in the infantry force. On July 19, 2014, he was killed by terrorists who have infiltrated Israel via a tunnel adjacent to kibbutz Ein HaShlosha. Amos left his wife Sagit and 3 children, Lihi, 16, Ori, 12, and Shira, 7 years old. At his funeral, his son, Ori, spoke. And he said, "Father, you told me that sometimes somebody, a soldier, has to die in order to protect 100 civilians. But why were you the one to die? Were you the one to sacrifice your life? And when he eulogized his father, there was no one around, the many people who attended the funeral that didn't cry. Major Tzafir Bar-Or was 32 years old. Tzafir joined the Goladi Brigade and over the years have served in Lebanon, West Bank, and Gaza. Concurrently with his military service, Tzafir has completed his BA in government at IDC's Lauder School of Government, Diplomacy and Strategy. Tzafir was killed on July 20th, 2014, during a battle in Sajaiya, Gaza. He left his wife Sivan, who is herself a graduate of IDC from the same class. She was pregnant, 8 months pregnant, attending the funeral of her husband, mother of a 1-year-old daughter. I visited her in the Shiva. Her husband will not see the birth of his son. The daughter will, 1-year daughter will not have the benefit of ever really remembering him. Lieutenant Colonel Dolev Kedar, who is the highest ranking officer who was killed in action in this war, was 38 years old, joined the Givati Brigade in 1995, and filled several combat roles over the years. Just 2 weeks before he was killed, he was appointed commander of the Geffen Battalion at the Israeli Military Cadet Academy. Concurrently to his military service, Dolev has completed his BA in Law and Government and his MA in Business and Law, both with distinction. It's the IDC Radziner School of Law. He was a brilliant student, appeared here on this place in the moot court competition. Strangely, we sent Professor Hillel Sommer to work at the Knesset, working on yet another attempt to write the Constitution for Israel. And among several students that joined the project was Dolev Kedar. And he took upon himself to do research about the legal right to life. Unfortunately, the right he was denied. He was also a victim of terrorists who infiltrated Israel using a tunnel near Kibbutz Niram. He left his wife, Michal, and his 3 children, Maya, 9 years old, Ori, 5 years old, and the girl, Guy, 2 years old. We will always remember them, and they join some other students of ours who were killed in action. Unique, usually people from really leading forces. IDC was established by, strangely, or not so strangely, by officers, reserve officers from elite units, mainly paratroopers, as it so happened. We hope that we will not be in a situation that we will have to eulogize our graduates. it seems that the commitment needed to protect freedom and the future of our country may demand more sacrifice and readiness to protect what is dear to us all.